There is a version of you that you have been hiding. There is a version of you that you have been suppressing. There is a version of you that you have been afraid to let out. And waking up is the moment you finally let that person out. Waking up is not about becoming someone new. Waking up is about remembering who you always were. Because somewhere along the way, you learned to be small, you learned to be quiet, you learned to be what other people needed you to be. Maybe it was your family, maybe it was your culture, maybe it was society, maybe it was all of them. And you adapted, you learned to fit in, you learned to survive by becoming less of yourself. But that adaptation came at a cost. The cost was your authenticity. The cost was your power. The cost was you. And now you are waking up to that. Now you are seeing what you have been hiding. Now you are remembering who you actually are. When you suppress yourself, when you hide who you are, your nervous system is in a constant state of vigilance. You are always monitoring, always adjusting, always trying to be what others need. And that is exhausting. That is traumatic. That is a slow death of the self. But when you wake up, when you start to be yourself, your nervous system relaxes. Your body feels safe again. Your mind feels clear. Here is what waking up looks like. It starts with a whisper, a small voice inside your head saying, "This is not me. This is not who I am." And at first you might ignore it because being yourself is scary. Being yourself means risking rejection. Being yourself might mean losing people. But the whisper gets louder and louder until you cannot ignore it anymore. And then you wake up. Waking up is the moment you realize, I have been living someone else's life. I have been being someone else's version of me. And I'm tired. I'm so tired. Waking up is the moment you decide, I'm done. I'm done hiding. I'm done being small. I'm done being what everyone else needs me to be. I'm going to be me. And that is terrifying because you don't even know who that is anymore. You have been hiding for so long that you have forgotten yourself. But that's okay, because waking up is also the beginning of remembering. Here's what I want you to understand. The person you are trying to be, the person you think you should be, the person everyone expects you to be, that person is not you. That person is a construct. That person is a survival mechanism. That person is armor. But underneath that armor is the real you. The person you were before you learned to hide. The person you are meant to be. And waking up is about finding that person again. Here's what to do. First, notice where you are not being yourself, where you are performing, where are you hiding, where are you being what others need you to be. Be specific, be honest. Second, ask yourself, who would I be if no one was watching? Who would I be if I did not have to worry about judgment? Who would I be if I was completely safe? That is who you are. That is the real you. Third, start small. Start with one thing, one way you can be more authentically yourself. It does not have to be big, it just has to be real. Fourth, notice the resistance, notice the fear, notice the voice that says you cannot do this, people will judge you. That voice is real, but it's not true. Fifth, do it anyway. Be yourself anyway. Take the risk anyway. Because the cost of hiding is greater than the cost of being seen. Sixth, find your people. The people who see you and love you anyway. The people who celebrate your authenticity instead of punishing it. Because you cannot wake up alone. You need witnesses. You need people who say, yes, that is you. That is who you are, and you are beautiful. Seventh, keep waking up, because waking up is not a one-time event. It's a continuous process. Every day you get to choose, am I going to hide today, or am I going to be myself? And every time you choose yourself, you strengthen that choice. You build that neural pathway. You become more of who you are. Here's what I want you to know. The person you are hiding is not dangerous. The person you are hiding is not too much. The person you are hiding is not unlovable. The person you are hiding is you, and you are exactly who you need to be. Waking up is scary. Waking up is uncomfortable. Waking up might mean sometimes losing some people. But waking up also means finding yourself. Waking up means coming home to yourself. Waking up means finally being free. So wake up. Remember who you are. Be that person. Because the world needs you. The world needs the real you, not the version you have been hiding. The world needs authenticity. It needs your power, your truth. And that is worth waking up for.